good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are in this world. It's Fresh Air on another one. I just wanted to talk about a few things that have been coming up. It's very important that I send a message to a lot of people and let them know that I've been thinking about you and I'm praying for you. It's been a struggle these last few weeks. A lot of things have been coming to the surface in social media and across the networks. We've been having issues with communication in a lot of sort of ways. Twitter, Facebook, and all that, they've been tampered with a little bit. Yesterday, we had an issue with my buddy Ryan Garcia. I wanted to talk about that because it's very important for us to understand there's something going on. Now, I don't speak on the elites, the people up top. I don't speak on them. They know what they need to do. See, time has changed. And it's like a ball that's going down a hill. You can't stop the ball rolling. So now what's been said and expressed in social media today and yesterday is now very evident. It's very evident that there's something cynical going on. More understanding is coming forward. That the things you used to believe in are actually not as you thought. A lot of things that happen in life, and you got to put yourself in their shoes and understand, like, wow, he's going through some stuff. He's going through it. He listened and he experienced something that he's not proud of. He experienced something that he had to feel like it was time to talk about it. Now, Cat Williams also talked about the situation in Hollywood, in the movie industry, in the community, in the entertainment industry, in the adult industry. Let's get real with ourselves. The thing that is keep troubling us and getting stuck is we're not focusing on ourselves. A lot of people are too fast to judge others and point fingers at others. I'm talking about in general. The public will look at these, top people, like, when they speak about something and then they're basically throwing in the whistleblower type stuff. What happens is a lot of people judge them, saying, "Oh, they're off their rockers, or they're lost their mind, or they're on drugs, or they a lot of crazy comments, a lot of innuendos that it just makes me sad. It makes me sad because a lot of people, when they're saying that, they don't understand themselves. Because if they understood themselves, they would put themselves in their shoes and understand what they're going through, and they would not say heinous things, hurtful things that do no justice for nobody. There's no solution in some of those comments. So a lot of times when you're saying these reckless things, what happens is, why? Why? Because you're hurt yourself, right? You don't have an understanding. You have a better understanding because if you worked on yourself, you would understand. You would not say hurtful things to them because you would leave a helping hand or pray for them. You would give them the understanding that I feel you. I feel your pain. I understand what you're going through. It's the instincts and the motivation that gives you that drive to be your best self. So you can step up to the plate and you can be that person and that beacon for people in need. The people at the top, they're everywhere. It don't matter if you're at the bottom or the top. It shouldn't be a status quo of where you receive your information. Oh, you discredit somebody's information because, oh, he's not elite, or he's not at the top, or he's a drug addict, or he's an alcoholic, or he's got a past, or he's got felonies, or he's a gangbanger, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got to stop judging people. We got to start with the core. Look at ourselves first. Start understanding ourselves so then we can better understand others, and we can see the similarities in other people. We can see the feelings and emotions that they're going through. We can understand that we experience it all. Everybody is going to go through hard times and ups and downs. And we have to get under and get right with ourselves. This message is for a lot of people that you need to start thinking about your self-improvement. Self-improvement. Knowing yourself. I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to create solutions for the community and social media and all of that. Times and times again, I've seen people struggle when they get there because it's a different world. When you get to the top, it's a lonely world. It is, because unfortunately, there's no system out there to help them, or at least give them a better understanding, or give them the benefit of the doubt. A lot of talented people out there are struggling because they're not getting that recognition that they understand. Like, dang, I got all this, and now what? The problem with society is we're too fast to judge. The problem with society also is the news is too fast to judge and have an opinion that they think is matters or it's facts. And unfortunately, I can guarantee I could trump all of that shit. Look what you guys are doing with the presidency thing. You guys are inciting communities to go against each other because of the narrative you guys say. But you want to say it's facts. It's funny when, 10 news organizations are talking about the same thing, but it's a different narrative on everything they talk about. Everything they're talking about, it comes to a different conclusion. Or they want to drag this story on. They want to drag this story out. Where's the solution in your process? You get what I'm saying? Instead of talking about all the problems, let's talk about good things like positive support networks. Places where people can understand that they've been there. I understand you. I respect you. I love you. I understand you. I have empathy for you. I love and respect because the God above is giving me that strength to be your best self. Even in the hardest times, he's there for you. A lot of people have been down and out these days. 2024 is the year of exposure, a year of hands of time. It's been evident. And I'm not saying I'm the only one being that voice, being that understanding, being that psychic, being that person that talks about it first before it even happens. It's kind of like seeing a car going down the road and there's a brick wall, but they're not hitting the brakes. It's kind of like seeing life. You see things on social media that you're just baffled because it's like, oh my gosh, you could see all the pieces come together and you're like, oh, this is going to happen. It's kind of like it's already been done before. Everything in history, when you look back at all the different people and all the different celebrities or the different people and their talent and what they do, it's all similar. There's up and down. And then when they're down, what? Communities want to just jump on them and say, see, I told you. When there's the support has to come within ourselves. We have to start looking at ourselves before we can start judging others. We have to start having empathy for the understanding of others. We understand if I was in his shoes, I would be struggling right now too. When you get to the top and you got everything going for you, the money's not going to change shit. It makes you actually more sad. Because the simple fact is you get stuck in this cocoon of who do I trust? Who am I going to be talking to? You got people following you then. Paparazzi, if you live in Hollywood, you got paparazzi always at your door. 24/7, all the time, trying to get that one picture. Why? Why do we need that one picture that they don't even want? How is that even possible? That's legal stalking. How is that even legal? To be parked outside somebody's house and just waiting for a picture. To be disturbing their lives and making them feel bad. Like, look, I'm not trying to create havoc or wrongness or judge anything. We got to start thinking about what we do in our lives. We got to start realizing that there's a bigger picture out here. That you don't know everything and I don't know everything. We have to come to learn about our mistakes, learn from our mistakes, learn from other people's mistakes, learn from them, and not put people down, but to better ourselves, to better say, you know what, I've seen, I've heard, I've learned from that. The best way to do it is always understand that you have to humble yourself. Find it within you, who you are, before you go start judging people on the internet. and getting in the comments and then start saying reckless things and then trying to go on Discord and then trying to get other people in other communities to follow what you said. That's irrelevant. Why don't you start following something more positive, uplifting? It's not positive to be ruckish and hurtful to people, because hurt people hurt people. Does that make sense? So if you're making comments like that, I'm always going like, oh my gosh, I wonder what they're going through. Seriously. A lot of times we don't see things from the eye to eye because we're not understanding. We never wanted to put in the work to understand. There's two sides to a coin, heads and tails. So there's two stories. And if you start looking at both sides, you'll humble yourself, because you will now better understand. You'll better understand and not be quick to put them down. You actually humble yourself and not make a comment, because you know what you were going to say is probably going to hurt them. Because what you were coming out of hurt, you made that comment. Or you made that video. Or you made that you talked at the club. Or you went to here. You made a tweet about it. You went and made you know what I'm saying? The best thing to do is we have to pray for the people now. Okay? Right now, this is a time of prayer. We need our prayer warriors to start praying for the best of them, because this stuff is not going to end well if we don't put in the effort as a community, as a collective. Now we're going to start standing for what's right and not for just because it's off. We got to start learning where we're learning our information too. You got to figure out where you're going with this information. Where did you learn this information? Where did you have your ideas of why you're thinking of that person? Think of this. You got 100,000 people commenting on one person. Now that's 100,000 different lifestyles, different understandings, different backgrounds, different everything. What good is it to have 100,000 people think that everybody is the same, and then you follow just to follow? Hear me out. I want you to understand that every day is a new day. Every day is a new chance to change your life, to be a better person, to better your life, to better understand that what they're going through, you may not going through at this very moment, but you probably went through it before, emotionally, mentally, physically. Everything happens for a reason in this life. And we have to understand, we have to start changing some of this stuff and the narratives that the fearmongers are trying to do to us. We have respect for ourselves, and we understand that we have love and respect for people. And that's my message today. I pray that no weapon formed against you will prosper. I pray for Ryan Garcia. I pray for, Cat Williams. I pray for the top elites. I pray for everybody to find their place in this life. I pray that God will shed light on everybody, that he will be present with you in this very moment, in your hardest days. He will be present and give you signs of synchronicities that will tell you that he's present, and he loves you and adores you as long as you God bless all of you. I pray that you have an understanding of what I talk about. I pray that you will understand that I'm doing this for God's will. As a collective, as a world, to come together and make things right. To understand that we have to start changing some of the things. We have to start understanding things differently. That if something's going on, why do they want us to look over here? What's over here? You know what I'm saying? God bless all of you. Have a wonderful day. This is Fresh Air. Thank you for listening.